Something that's deeply concerning is that, like, all of the older women, when I say older, like 50 plus, are strongly passionate about younger women, 20s, 30s, not getting married. It's like you can see your future and they're telling you exactly what are we going to do about that?
Welcome to the wall. Women are getting to the point where being in a relationship with a man is called oppression. They say we don't connect emotionally, that we're just looking for a maid. But if you take a closer look, many of them see the relationship as nothing more than long-term financial security. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. We always highlight the best one. And endless thanks to the fans who watch our daily videos. Let's get started.
Men actually loved women when we cooked and we cleaned and we raised the children and we did everything for him. If that actually earned us a man's love, then so many men would still have those kinds of wives, and so many of us women would still be willing to be that wife. The thing that so many men are missing because they missed out on their chance for a indentured servant is that so many of us women have been in these relationships and they didn't work out because the men do not love us and they do not respect us. Men simply cannot have a high self-esteem if his wife is doing everything for him and taking care of him to that capacity. And if a man does not have a high self-esteem, he is going to act out. Women have learned firsthand again and again and again that when you give too much to a man, he hates you. And complain that women don't want to give men a chance. We don't want to date men who are short or ugly or this. We've done it. We have done it. We have dated every kind of man and we have done everything for these men. And we learned.
I guess you're speaking for all women. But honestly, I don't think there's a single man these days who's looking for a maid. In fact, most men actually prefer their woman to work because we've learned that having a woman at home doesn't necessarily make life easier. In many cases, they're the ones who end up cheating on their husbands the most. So it's better to keep them busy working, improving life for both. Besides, men have changed. A lot of us know how to take care of ourselves, and I'd even say we do it better than women. Another thing that's changed is seeing women demand millionaire men when all they bring to the table is a pretty face. Average women shaming average men, even when their own lives aren't any better. That's what really gets under men's skin.
Why do some men act like they're entitled to a beautiful woman? As a divorce lawyer, I see the long-term damage of this kind of entitlement. Men who truly believe their wives owe them affection, attention, submission, even when they've given nothing emotionally in return. He's emotionally stunted, inconsistent, can't hold a conversation without making it about himself, but still thinks he deserves someone who looks like a supermodel just because he exists. Boys are groomed from an early age to believe that women are a prize, that sex is something they're owed for being nice. Every movie is about a girl who's supposed to be theirs at the end. Everything reminds them of women, and not in a romantic way, in a possessive way, in a you belong to me kind of way. As children, they learn that being powerful means having a beautiful woman next to them. And if they don't get one, the rage builds. And that's where you see the rise of bitterness, resentment, even hatred. Entire online communities are formed around one shared belief. Women won't give me what I deserve. It's the incel mindset, the podcast rants, the high-value man speeches that are just insecure men yelling into a mic. They don't want love. They want validation, status, and possession. And when women choose themselves or raise their standards or simply don't want them, they call us names. They blame feminism. They take it as a personal attack because their whole identity was built on the idea that a woman would complete them, submit to them, and validate them. If you desire women, but at the same time you do not value women as human beings, that's entitlement. And if your masculinity crumbles just because a woman doesn't want you, you were never a man to begin with.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And as a divorce attorney, don't you feel that same sense of entitlement when a woman wants to walk away with half the money a man worked for, without her putting in a single day of work to earn it? Women are the only ones who believe that being with a man should automatically come with some kind of financial reward. It's been like that since the beginning of time. Just think about it. They want a provider, a man who pays for dates, a man who takes care of them financially. And even when they do work, when they get divorced, they still expect to get paid for breaking the commitment. In the end, Everything revolves around money. So how do you tell a man to expect at least some emotional reciprocity? There are women who sell a fantasy of being loving and sweet, but the moment they get married, they change. A lot of good men end up in empty bedrooms without having done anything wrong. Men who are just asking, "What do you want?" hoping she might show them a little affection. But of course, we're the emotionally immature ones, while they emotionally manipulate in most cases.
Women.
The amount of men that are broke, don't want to be providers, or spend their money to take a woman out to nice places, what do you want then? Do you even like women? Maybe you should be dating men. These types of guys are wondering what they're getting in return when they're getting her presents. Women can afford their own dinner. They don't need to be there, and they don't understand. There can only be one princess.
Ladies, let me tell you something, yeah? It's always the broke guys that sit about talking about how they want girls with money, how they're looking for a girl with money, how they cannot date a girl with money. Excuse me, rich men don't think that way. Let me tell you something. Rich men are actually looking for a loyal girl that will actually eat their money. Always those broke uploads that be shouting, I need a girl that is, oh, I need a wife material. You have to be a wife material. Body can't say, body can't do say. Rich men don't think that. A rich man is looking for who he will be giving a black diamond platinum card to. A rich man is looking for who he's going to finish his money on. Rich men don't care about if their girl has money or not. As long as she has sense to want to build something for herself, that's it for them. They don't really care about how much is in her account because really they don't really care about the money.
And then they say they're not gold diggers. These are the same women who'll get with a rich guy tomorrow and later claim that he has money thanks to them, when the only thing they contributed was spending it. The truth is, many of them don't understand the difference between spending extra money and spending all of your money. They go out with wealthy guys who, trust me, know exactly what these women are after. They know there's a price tag. They take them to expensive places, buy them gifts, take them on trips, where the women give it all up for the weekend, or sometimes for a whole month. Then they get left behind, because that guy was just having fun, spending the extra money he could afford to lose. Meanwhile, the man who wants to build something, the one who sees a future with you, of course he's going to expect you to contribute to the plan. And that's what they don't like, because they're not wife material. They're just a pastime.
Men are truly such entitled creatures. They think just because they like the way you look, they like you, they want your Instagram, they want your phone number, they want your time, they want your attention, they want your love, that they're entitled to it. And if you don't give it to them, then you're a stuck-up bitch. This is why I don't like going out, because it never fails. At least 1 to 5 men are going to be on some weird entitled bullshit with me. They're upset because I'm not breaking my neck to see who catcalled me. They're upset because I don't want to give my phone number out because I'm not interested. If I give them my Instagram because that feels more safe, then they're asking a billion times, oh, you gonna follow me back, right? You gonna follow me back? How about if I like what I see, I'll follow you back, right? Like, I'm never rude when I'm out. I always turn down men politely because I don't even like to put myself in a predicament where a man could get aggressive with me. And it's fucked up I even have to say that, but that's just the reality for women. And I still feel uncomfortable even after I go separate ways with whoever's just trying to approach me, because they were just sitting up in my face telling me that I'm acting like I'm too good, or I'm acting bougie, or I'm acting Hollywood, or I'm acting weird, I'm acting stuck up. And then we're in the same place, right? And they're just staring me down, or they're giving me a dirty look. Look, if you're going to approach somebody, you have to understand that that very much could come with rejection, right? And you have to be ready for that rejection. And if you're not, then you should just not approach women, because you're not entitled to shit. I promise you.
On this, I have to admit she's right. Rejection is part of the game. But what's interesting is that, nowadays, a lot of women confuse attention with harassment and politeness with romantic interest. A man can approach respectfully, with no hidden agenda, and still be treated like he's committing a crime. The men who are most successful with women are the ones who've learned to deal with rejection without holding a grudge. They try, fail, and try again. Not because they're pushy, but because they understand that nothing worth having comes without risk. The irony is that many of the same women who complain about those attempts are the ones crying on social media later, saying no men approach anymore. Rejection shouldn't be a battleground between the sexes. But modern feminism has turned natural interaction into collective paranoia. Now, men are afraid to speak up, and women feel powerful by ignoring them. That's why so many men are walking away. And women call it male loneliness, when the truth is, men just don't care about women anymore.
These are my dating rules as a girl who has truly learned to love herself over the years, or as broke, ugly men would like to call it, a self-centered, high-maintenance, stuck-up, gold-digging bitch. Number 1, if you haven't planned when you're gonna see me next after our first date within the first 24 hours, you simply will not be seeing me again. It's giving you don't have a sense of urgency about me, or you didn't enjoy the date enough to like really lock in and lock this shit down. I don't know, I need a guy to be obsessed with me after a first date. Number 2, I will not be entertaining a guy that still lives with his parents. I'm 25, I'm grown. You will not have me coming over and meeting your entire bloodline when I don't even know if I'm still gonna like you after the first month. Number 3, if you don't have a car. Babes, you're talking about, oh, let's go here, let's go there. How are we gonna get there? How are we gonna get there? You don't have a car. Number 4, if I don't get flowers after the first or second date, I'm out. Something about a man showing up to a date empty-handed, it just gives me the ick, like it rubs me the wrong way. Okay, I'm not that deluded where I would literally cut off a guy if he didn't bring me flowers on the first date, but I'm someone that if I expect something, I will say it. So if after I've dropped so many hints and been like, oh, where are my flowers? Oh, you better get me flowers next time. You don't bring me a bouquet on the second date, I'm gonna just take that as you don't take what I'm saying seriously. Number 6, if you say you're gonna do something and you don't end up doing it, you're done. It really can be as small as promising to call me before bed. It's the worst when they say all these things to flex. I'm gonna spoil you, I'm gonna get you this back, I'm gonna take you on this vacation. If you say you're gonna do something for me, I'm gonna hold you to it. And when you don't actually do it, it's literally gonna give me the ick.
This woman wants wife treatment when they're just getting to know her. Honestly, have you seen the economy lately? A lot of people are struggling, especially men who don't have a dad handing them everything like you do. Plenty of guys still live with their parents because they're saving up for a project or trying to buy their own home. They're making the most of the options they've got. And let's be real, you're not that man's wife for him to be heavily investing in you from day one. I can get behind the idea of paying for dates, but when it comes to stuff like flowers, dismissing a man just because he's not rich shows how out of touch you are with reality. You're an average woman, and that's exactly why so many end up hitting the wall. Because the wall doesn't forgive.
The male loneliness epidemic is so bad. I got proposed to 3 different times this year. Now, the first time I was proposed to, it was the romantic, get on one knee, whatever. But the second 2 were the most alarming. It wasn't the tone of, will you marry me, be my wife. It was, have my kids. It wasn't about me being their partner. It was about me giving them kids. It was the have my babies like offer. Not be my partner, let's go through life together, but have my babies. Bro, what the fuck? Because men are desperate, we are slowly gonna get away from the wedding fantasy and straight into having kids. Forget the honeymoon stage, it's straight to terrible twos. And I have a feeling it's gonna get a lot worse.
Even she doesn't believe that. You got 3 marriage proposals, 3 different men, and you still want us to take you seriously? If you're going to lie, at least try to make the story believable. 3 men wanting to have kids with you? Come on. Honestly, you look lonelier than the sun at noon. You talk about desperate men, but what really comes through is your own frustration. You've hit the wall, and it shows in every word you say. If you're going to tell a story, at least come up with something more realistic. Might as well ask ChatGPT to write it for you, because not even you believe that. But tell me, what do you all think?
Women.
We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why do modern women today have such unrealistic standards? What do you think about what this attorney said? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.